Well, it was a very historic election because, it was a very mixed kind of a government under which the election was held. It wasn't really a caretaker government as they had. Sheikh Hasina was removed from power in a following a violent protest, and elections were held after a lot of pressure was put on the interim government that elections should be held. I think people in Bangladesh were a little disappointed that the turnout was not as much as they had expected, but I don't think turnout was too bad, considering that one major political party was absent from the contest. Awami League has been prevented from it could not participate in the election. Technically the party is not banned, but its activities are banned, and the symbol was not there on the electoral this thing. So that's about the election. The verdict is, of course, to a very large extent, it was almost expected that BNP will win the election, but this has been a very overwhelming victory. And towards the end of the campaigning process, somehow, on social media, there was a lot of talk of Jamaat doing very well, and I think social media created a huge hype around Jamaat, and I think a lot of people started thinking that Jamaat may actually have a big presence, but definitely the results are there for everyone to see.
Well, the biggest message of this election is that Bangladeshi women have demolished the Jamaat-e-Islami. And they have done so because the Jamaat campaigned basically, or represented, an anti-women platform. It spoke of denying women jobs. Bangladeshi women are at the heart of the textile industry. Mothers have worked very hard to provide a better life for their children from very difficult circumstances. The Jamaat platform was a combination of manifesto regression and rhetorical, anti-Delusionism. The Jamaat actually promised, and this may seem a bit of a surprise, promised salvation in the next life. It promised freedom from sin. Now, these are very, very good things, but people don't vote in elections for salvation in the next life. They want a better life in this one. The Jamaat added a bribe to religiosity, offering 15,000 taka to everyone, a promise that, voters in our subcontinent understand democracy, they don't get bribed. I think the Jamaat will not easily recover from this setback, and nor have people completely forgotten the role of the Razakar, the role of Al-Badr in the 1971 Liberation War, where the Jamaat actively supported Pakistan against the liberation movement. Never forget that BNP, which has won the elections now, the founder of BNP was the Major Rahman, who actually gave the clarion call on 23rd March over clandestine radio for an uprising. So it is BNP, the middle word is national.
Prime Minister Modi to speak about it, congratulated BNP, Tarique Rahman, and then just now he spoke to Tarique Rahman as well. What's your takeaway? And also asking about going further, what would be your expectation regarding India-Bangladesh relationship?
Prime Minister Modi sent a very, very strong signal of friendship to Bangladesh during the elections, and I think there was a very wise understanding of what the results would be, what the will of the Bangladeshi people would be when our parliament passed a condolence resolution at the death of Begum Khalida. And that was unusual, not unprecedented, but certainly unusual, and it was a powerful message which went home. Basically, the forces which placed division in the name of religion, over the unifying culture of Bengal, they have lost, they have been destroyed. And that is an extremely positive sign for our region, because it is a reassertion of social harmony from the heart of the Bangladeshi voter. And I am not surprised at all that women have led this pro-harmony revolution.
This will be the last question. Rahman is almost set to take over as the Prime Minister. In between this unionist regime, we have seen atrocities against the minorities, specifically Hindus. In your view, what are the priorities this government should tackle first, and what should be their priorities going further?
I think the priority on day one will be the same as the priority on year 5. Social harmony and economic progress through social harmony. That is the binding commitment. That is the binding commitment of the government because of the binding message from the people. They have rejected all those who used these 2 years in order to spread the message of poison. The people of Bangladesh have spoken absolutely categorically that poison is not a part of Bengali culture. They have protected Bengali culture against an artificial religiosity thrust upon them by a combination of extremists helped, I believe, by a few pseudo-intellectuals. Certain realities will not change. The results of this election will not be changed. Yes, you can argue with good reason that this was not a complete election, that a political party, the Awami League, should have participated in it, and it was up to the people to judge who they would want to vote for. But the fact remains that the previous election was also sectional, was also partial. I think the restoration of full democracy will be a 2-stage process. The first stage has been completed with this election, but hopefully in the next election all political parties will compete, and once again the royalty of any democracy is the people.